Good afternoon, watchers. Scott at SE Landscaping, and it is Friday afternoon and it is absolutely pissing down, and I want to talk about a lawnmower, and I can see everybody's happy with that. And the question is, would you pay £50,000 for a lawnmower? And that's the predicament I have got at the moment, because as everybody knows, I have a Ransoms Parkway and I have a Ransoms HR 300, and I was considering buying a new Parkway. And when I bought a Parkway, just get over this junction, when I bought a Parkway 3 or 4 years ago, they were £33,000. Now they're a whopping £50,000. And my old one, or should I say not my old one, but my one I have, has 280 hours on. So you might say, Scott, you haven't even worn the machine in, because it hasn't done no work. It's just something I use for a couple of big areas here and there, and I've got this addiction with buying nice machinery. So that's where we are. So the man who was trying to, the man who I approached, at the dealer, and said, look, I'm looking for new Ransoms, and he says, oh, they've got this new model, the only issue is if you placed an order today, you wouldn't get one till 2024, because the only ones they making are already sold to order, and so it'd be a year and a half. But then he rang back to say that there was one somewhere available in the country, but it was only one, and he would hold it if I wanted for a few days while I had to think about it. So basically he's made me an offer for my machine, which wasn't as much as I thought, because basically this machine could be sold as an ex-demonstrator really, because it's done no work, it's very clean. It probably needs a service, it probably needs some sole plates, which anybody who knows cylinder mowers, it's the little bit at the bottom which the cylinder catches on or sort of scrapes against to cut the grass. So it probably needs sole plates. It also needs a pin, because one of the pins has just got a slight little bend on. You wouldn't notice from the cut, but I notice it, that it's just got a slight little bend on where it's just being clipped on something. So probably £400 or £500 spent, and maybe change the filters while it's there. So that's the options. It is spend £500 and put this machine back to use, or it is spend £50,000 and buy a brand new machine and put mine in. Just to give you a rough idea, with it, so that's where we are. So the figure coming in to take mine, like I say, isn't as much as I'd have liked. So I'm having to find a little bit more, and that's got me sort of on the back foot. Usually, as people will know, I can walk in a dealer's for a spark plug and come out with a grass cutter or something like that. That's that. I'm usually sort of very assertive when I want something machinery wise. I'll just go and buy it. This is the first time I think I've ever looked and thought, wow, that is a lot of money. Because in all honesty, I thought, yes, they're going to be priced, but probably be about 40,000 new, and they might give me sort of 20 for mine, with it being so clean and new and everything. But I was shocked on both counts. So more the question is, that just a short video, and the question is, what would you do? And I probably know what most of my friends on here will advise. I more or less know what they would say is, you've already got a new machine that's done no work. So that's where we are. So interesting to get people's comments, and also people's comments on these machinery prices. Can they just constantly keep going up like it is? Can everything just keep going up? Because people aren't going to be able to afford to buy machinery. People are losing work left, right and centre, especially people in the private sector at the moment who are cutting people's gardens. The amount of friends I've got who are telling me that Mrs. Jones has just emailed to say she doesn't want a lawn cut anymore, she's going to cut it herself. long grass. They're losing customers. So can this go on? Can prices go up? I mean, during COVID, timber went up, and it went up massively, and steel went up. A friend of mine's got a company that manufactures bits of things for trains and that out of steel, and steel and timber have dropped dramatically again, come back down. So surely other things should come back down. And I mean, your grass cutter's got a lot of steel in and a lot of bits that'll be fabricated, but like I say, 50 grand for a lawnmower. So just a short one, thoughts below. And just on another subject of buying lawnmowers, we always enjoy going to Saltex, and in the past, 2016, 2018, 2019, you could go to Saltex and you could see something and you could say, oh, I'm going to have one of them. The harsh reality is we're going to go to Saltex again this year, and you're going to be looking at things that you're not going to be able to buy for 2 years. And it's really disappointing that, like I say, when you see something you want. Last time I went to Saltex, I think I mentioned about 3 or 4 things. One was the Timberwolf chipper, which arrived a few weeks after purchase, and that's good sort of service at the time, and everything was, they had 10 of these in a showroom and stuff. Now, like I say, this stock isn't there of anything, so it's going to be sort of window shopping at these events. So it's going to be planning 2 years ahead and saying, oh yes, I want one of them, and then they're going to tell you you're not going to get it for 2 years. So we'll see how it goes. We're still going to Saltex. We are meeting up at Saltex with a lot of people, and it's always good to get away and speak to other industry professionals, should I say. So looking forward to that, and that's pretty much it. Just a short one on this machinery. So thoughts below, and we will see you on the next one.